one day we need for a day. Somehow I've always cherished that faith. Look at it now, we met by mid-change.
Rob Andy was my writer then. He wrote all the songs I did at Studio One. Melody Life, Truly, Mark My Word, Tell Me Now, Feel Like Jumping, all those songs. So it was just single after single. And I had this song with free words. But we never had an album. It was not until I left Studio One that Mr. Dodd actually put an album together.
Compiled it.
Yes.
Compiled it, really,
Yes,
you
yes.
know? So on leaving Studio One, what was your next port of call?
Harry J.
Whoa.
I remember when Harry J used to pass by Studio One. Oh my goodness. And Mr. Dad look and see him. He would just chase him away because he saw us talking to him and he knows that he has an intention to.
Teeth you away.
Yes. So we went to Harry J and Magic. It's just yesterday again. We were talking about Harry J, Winston Francis and myself, how lucky Harry was. He was blessed because everything he touched turned gold. Because we went in innocently and did a cover version of Nina Simone's Young, Gifted and Black.
Young, gifted and black. Oh, what a lovely, precious dream. To be young, gifted and black. Open your heart to what I mean. In the whole world, you know, there's a million boys and girls who are young, gifted and black. And that's so sad.
And to my surprise, number 2 on the British charts. Before I knew it, we were coming to London to do Top of the Pops. And the rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, one of the great pictures is of you and Bob performing on Top of the Pops, Afro, flares, and the young Marcia with the Afro there looking very elegant.
What was shocking, it was, this song is portraying black awareness and black consciousness, but when we came to London, our biggest audience and fans were skinheads, the white skinheads, so it was just strange.
Because it was a very political time those times as well, isn't it?
Yes,
so
yes.
Young, Gifted and Black kind of just dropped in straight away, straight there.
Yeah, for real.
And when you came, that was your first out into London, obviously.
Well, of course, I went to Germany before in Munich, and it was my return going back to Munich to complete an album with Mr. Huber, who I was just signed to, that we got the news that the song was number 2 on the British charts. So I totally forget everything about this agreement and what the commitment I had, and just came straight to London with Bob.
So did you record songs for Mr. Huber? I'd never heard his name before.
Yeah, he was this man who came to Jamaica and heard us performing Fab Five and myself at Sombrero Club, and he just fell in love with the music, myself and the group. So he took us across to Germany, and we performed at a couple of clubs, went to Berlin. He flew us to Berlin, and I recorded 2 songs in German language with a 30-piece orchestra.
Wow. Did those songs ever see the light of day?
Yeah, well, they were, Philips Record released those 2 singles.
Right.
But don't ask me about that language. It was the toughest thing and the hardest. I've never seen, I was just next door learning, trying to pronounce with this throat thing, and then going back in the studio to sing these words I've never heard in my life, to pronounce a different language, and I am a Jamaican, we barely speaking English, much less German. So you can imagine the task it was for me singing 2 songs in German language. But thank God that experience was beautiful.
And the whole sort of surrounding the media and everything, when you came to London, there was a lot of excitement with Young Gifted and Black.
Yes, wow, I was totally knocked out because I didn't know so much things was going on because Tony Blackburn was the person hosting that show, Top of the Pops.
Yeah.
So to my surprise, after Top of the Pops, we were immediately booked to go to places like Manchester, Sheffield, Birmingham, all over UK. So I'm saying this song has been doing extremely well before I even found out what was happening. So it was like an extensive tour all over the UK. We went to Amsterdam as well. And everything just happened so fast. Very fast.
So when you got back to Jamaica, what was it like? You know, here we got Feel Like Jumping, then all of a sudden Marcia Griffiths and Bob Andy's taken off to London. They're all over Europe. And amongst the first, I have to have a big chart hit.
Yes.
And you returned back to Jamaica. What was it like?
Well, we went back there with a whole lot in our hands because having had this hit now, everybody wants us to be here, there, and everywhere. So we were there as well. The song became a big hit in Jamaica as well. Besides, the only follow-up song as a duet from Bob and myself was a song that Mr. Dodd owned called Really Together,
Okay.
Bob and Marcia.
Yeah.
So immediately he released that song as a follow-up because nobody else had a duet with us, So we were everything was just going so fast and a whole lot of work all over the place. And
was it a bit daunting? Was it daunting for you?
Yes.
A young girl? Was it a bit too much?
Well, I had a guardian traveling with me, David Banks.
Okay.
So what happened now, they sent back Lee Gopthal from Trojan Records, sent back for us. We came back into England and he gave us a place to live in Lewisham. And that's where we started recording the complete album. And they added the strings to Young, Gifted and Black, which gave it, that was like the icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Really beautiful. Then after completing that album, Young, Gifted and Black, the following year, I think we lived there for almost 2 years.
Wow.
And then we ended up doing another album.
Always contemplating what to do, just in case you're wondering if it's true. I really love. Hey, come on, baby, follow me. I'm the Pied Piper. Can't you see? I'm the Pied Piper, and I'll show you where it's at. Hey, come on, baby, follow me. I'm the Pied Piper. Can't you see? I'm the Pied Piper, and I'll show you where it's at.
Pied Piper. Well, Pied Piper was quite a big
Quite
song
a big
too.
song, yeah. Follow me on the pine.
Yeah.
Reggae Chat. You get that?
I'm going to Vegas and talk to you, no matter say right now you're tuning into Reggae Chat and ViewNowTv. You don't want to miss this.
I mean, say this a protege, a reggae chat away, you say, view no TV, no delay, check it.